The sun was setting over Fort Collins, casting long shadows on the runway where squad leader Jake Thompson prepared his F-22 fighter jet. He could see the panic rising in the small town as sirens wailed in the distance. He had never thought he would find himself in the middle of an air battle against spaceships. Yet here he was, a pilot in an alien invasion of Earth. It all started a week ago when strange lights appeared in the sky. At first, people thought they were just fireworks, but Jake, with his years of flying experience, sensed something was off. The lights had moved too fast, almost like they were alive. The government dismissed the sightings as nothing to worry about, but Jake remained vigilant. As the day of the invasion began, Jake and his squadron, comprised of his best friends, prepared for battle. Maria, the squad's tech expert, was busy checking the weapons systems. She had curly brown hair, sparkling blue eyes, and a sharp mind. Across the hangar, Dave, the mechanic, was making last-minute adjustments on Jake's jet. He was a tall, lanky guy with a big heart and a knack for fixing anything. Lastly, Alina, the newest recruit and Jake's co-pilot, was running through her pre-flight checks with focus. "Are you ready, Jake?" Alina asked, her voice steady despite the impending chaos. "More than ever," Jake replied, trying to inject some confidence into the crew. "We've trained for this, even if we didn't expect it to happen." As the sun dipped below the horizon and darkness enveloped the town, a loud boom echoed in the sky. Jake's heart raced. The buzzing sound of alien crafts filled the air, and beams of bright light illuminated the night. The first ship appeared, a massive triangular craft with pulsating lights. Jake's eyes widened as he saw it hover above the city, throwing everything into a frenzy. People screamed and ran for shelter. "Get in the jets!" Jake shouted as he climbed into his cockpit. The adrenaline coursed through him like lightning. Within minutes, the jets roared to life. Each pilot communicated through their headsets, exchanging information. "We have multiple hostiles," Maria said, her voice steady. 30 bogies approaching fast." "Hold formation," Jake commanded, his heart pounding. "Alina, take a position to my left. Maria, you take the rear. Let's show them what we've got." As they climbed into the night sky, Jake caught sight of the alien ships. They looked otherworldly, with shiny surfaces like fish scales reflecting the moonlight. The sheer size of the vessels was intimidating, but Jake pushed aside his fear. He focused on the mission ahead. "Engaging," he heard Alina say. Suddenly, beams of light shot from one of the alien ships, striking the ground below. Flames erupted, illuminating the darkness and creating a surreal landscape of chaos. "Jake, they're firing," Maria yelled, her voice cutting through the tension. "Evasive maneuvers," Jake shouted, gripping the controls tightly. He made a sharp turn to the right, narrowly missing a beam of energy. To his left, Alina followed suit, showcasing her skills as a pilot. "Watch your six," Jake warned as another alien ship came for them. The sky was filled with blaring alarms and laser blasts, creating a cacophony of noise that threatened to drown out every thought. Jake's heart raced as he locked onto one of the enemy vessels. "Firing!" Jake yelled, squeezing the trigger. Missiles shot out from his jet, zipping through the air with precision. One of the alien ships exploded in a fiery blast, lighting up the night sky like a firework. Cheers erupted in his headset. "Nice shot," Alina praised, her voice brimming with excitement. "Thanks, let's keep pushing," Jake responded, adrenaline pumping through his veins. He fell into the rhythm of the battle, dodging beams of light and returning fire whenever he had the chance. But then the situation changed. The alien crafts began regrouping, flying in perfect formation. They were learning, adapting in real time. "Jake, they're communicating," Maria said, her fingers dancing across the screen before her. "They're coordinating their attacks." "Then we need to divide and conquer," Jake decided quickly. "Alina, take the lead and draw them to the north. Maria, you support from behind. I'll go for the stragglers to the south." "Got it," they replied in sync, confidence restored by the plan. As they split up, Jake felt a surge of determination. He could see several alien ships trailing behind, their triangular shapes ominous against the starry sky. Jake lowered his altitude and narrowed his focus. He targeted a ship that had drifted too far from its companions. Now or never, Jake muttered to himself as he prepared to fire. Suddenly, an alien ship swooped down, trying to parallel his movements. Jake's heart raced as he clicked the firing button, but at the last second he turned sharply to dodge, sending the alien ship crashing into another. "That was close," Maria said, the tension breaking for a moment. However, before Jake could react, a bright beam struck the rear of his jet. Alarms blared as he felt the jolt. "I've been hit," he exclaimed, struggling to maintain control. Smoke filled the cockpit, hampering his vision. "Jake, respond," Elena urged, her voice sharp with concern. "I'm okay, but I need to land," he shouted. "Cover me." With great effort, Jake pulled the jet up. He maneuvered back toward the airbase where he could safely land. Elena and Maria stayed close, dodging enemy fire while keeping watch over him. "Almost there," Jake called out. Just as he neared the runway, another beam of light struck. The impact jolted his jet, and alarms screamed louder than ever. "Hold on, Jake," Elena cried as they fought against the chaos. Together, they retaliated against the incoming ships, allowing Jake the time he needed. With a determined grip, Jake pushed forward and landed on the runway just in time. As the jet touched down, he stumbled out, ready to rally his troops. "We might be on our own, but we stand together," Jake shouted, rallying his friends. The air was thick with smoke, but their spirits remained unbroken. Together, they prepared for one final charge against the invading forces, ready to fight for their home. In that moment, Jake knew they would never give up. Earth was worth fighting for, and together, they were stronger against the darkness that threatened to swallow them whole.